Hello everyone, Sir Ben here, and welcome back to episode 2 of Underappreciated Video Games. In my experience playing games, I often see, especially indie studios, taking mechanics that have already been established in other franchises and adopting them into their own, which is not a bad thing. I really like the idea of people using other people's ideas and building upon them and creating something new. However, that doesn't always happen. A lot of the time it seems that these games just become copies and pastes of other games that I already love and enjoy, so I don't really have any incentive to play them. This game that we're going to be talking about today, however, is different. The developers of this game have adopted a lot of the mechanics from other games into their own, and they have done something just marvelous with them. The game isn't perfect, I'm not saying that, and some could even argue that it's not even very well polished, but they have built the groundwork of something that I really have come to love and enjoy, and hence why I'm sharing it all with you. So I'm not going to drone on any longer, we can just get straight into the video, so without further ado, welcome to Outward.
So we're just going to jump straight into it. At the very beginning of the game, you're given the ability to make a character. The character creation is not crazy in depth. You can choose your gender, you can choose a few races, and you can choose some faces and hairstyles. It doesn't quite scratch the itch for me when it comes to character creation, but it serves its purpose in this game well enough. One thing that I really did like about character creation is if you do what I've done here and call your character code Sonic, you can do this. Upon completing the creation of your character, you are able to jump straight into the game. The game really throws you into the deep end. The story starts off with your character surviving a shipwreck after they embarked on an adventure to go and raise money as they owe the village that they live in a significant blood price. Yes, that's right guys, Outward has just captured the essence of realism. You start off with a character who is very relatable, destitute, hopelessly in debt, and constantly have an angry mob outside their door. Or is that just me? I don't want to get too deep into the lore of this game, that's not the point of this video, but it's enough to say that a blood price is very simply the price that someone pays after committing some sort of atrocity. And if the price is too great for the individual to pay off, then the debt continues on through their lineage. And that's where you find yourself at the beginning of the game. Now, this game very much is a survival game, but it doesn't require you to manage your bodily functions in the same ways that other dedicated survival games do. However, this game does punish you for not preparing, and preparation is key. There are vendors around where you can buy certain supplies and survival tools. You can go around and collect berries and fish and do other things like that. There's a basic cooking menu and a basic crafting menu in which you can use to create food and remedies and other equipment for you to use throughout the game, which is really important because, especially in some of the more harsh climates of the game, you can get things like heat stroke and frostbite and other things like that. Even in combat, you can get diseases and other maladies that will affect your character's performance in the game. I enjoy the combat in Outward. It's not perfect, it's a little bit clunky, it kind of feels a bit awkward sometimes, but the concept around it is actually really good. Damage is split into 3 main types. You've got your physical damage, your elemental/magical damage, and your impact damage. Physical damage will decrease their health, elemental damage will also decrease health, but has a chance to inflict some sort of negative effect, and impact damage will affect their poise or their posture. Everyone has a poise or posture bar, and as they take impact damage, that bar will decrease. Once that bar reaches halfway, they will start to stagger from attacks. Another thing that I really enjoyed about the combat was the mechanics around your backpack. Wearing a backpack slows you down. It's common sense. It's physics. And if you wear your backpack during combat, you will not be able to dodge and roll properly. There are a couple of backpacks that allow you to dodge while wearing them, but generally, as you see right here, you need to remove it in order to fight effectively. There are several different weapons to choose from in Outward. Here I'm using sword and shield, but you can get spears, hammers, axes in one-handed and two-handed variants, and each of them come with a varying array of skills. They all have different advantages and disadvantages regarding reach, damage, impact, any elemental effects, etc. If you so choose, however, you can approach combat in a totally different way. There are different skills available which allow you to do different things with different items. For example, there are specific skill trees for magic and traps and firearms and bows and arrows and things like that. And so you can really mix and match and kind of get creative with the kind of approach that you want to take with combat. Here's an example of me exclusively using traps to take out a mini-boss in one of the dungeons that I entered. It's a little bit cheesy, but hey, it was fun. In Outward, there's no leveling for your character. All of your skills are gained through training. You can visit some sort of trainer and then you can pay them money to have them teach you certain abilities. All the abilities come in skill trees, and the way the skill trees work is as follows. All the skills that are below the line in the middle are able to be learnt by any character under any circumstance. They're all free game. So long as you have the money, the trainers will teach you how to use those skills. Then you hit the breakpoint, which is the middle line there. Your character has 3 breakpoints per playthrough, and you don't get any more. Once you spend the money to use a breakpoint skill, you are given access to all the skills above that middle line. However, you can only do that 3 times in the game. Once you've unlocked 3 breakpoints, that's it. You don't get any more. All these skill trees, however, regardless of a melee build, compared to a magic build, compared to a ranged build, they are all the same. I'm going to gush here for a little bit, guys, because I got to be honest, they nailed magic in this game. It's not just a case of learning a spell and then all of a sudden knowing how to cast it, but actually casting spells is a process. Here I'm casting different assortments of runes that combine together to give different effects, whether it be a lantern or a mine, and then once those effects are active, I can cast even more runes and combine them together to give even more additional effects to my currently active spells, such as shooting lightning out of the lantern I just created. Another spell they give you in Outward is Spark, which is this little multi-purpose thing that you get, and it's literally just a spark, that's all it is. However, if you cast a fire sigil on the ground, once you stand within that, that spark spell turns into a fireball. Magic in Outward also just has a lot of utility. If you've just defeated a couple of bandits and you're running low on mana, all you have to do is cast Reveal Soul on one of their dead bodies to help their spirit emerge from their body, and then you can smack that thing with the Spark spell, and voila, you're replenishing your mana. I mean, sure, it's at the cost of someone else's soul, but pfft, who cares? But that's not all, guys. Even to use magic in the first place, what you have to do is take a pilgrimage up to Conflux Mountain, go through one of the 3 trials that they offer you, walk up to the ley line, and unlock your ability to use mana. And this right here, guys, is an example of the things that I just love about this game. The developers have put in all these little nuances and these little details that just make the game so very enjoyable to play. Just to squeeze a few more things in, there's just a whole bunch of really cool things about the world of Outward. There's all these different environments, like these amazing swamps, these scorching deserts, and these lush green forests. Around the world there are a bunch of mini-bosses, like this Manticore here, which I definitely did not cheese, and you can find beautifully designed cities which are just great fun to explore. There seems to be a lot of activity and just life about them, and I just love the general aesthetic that each different area has going for it. Well guys, I want to hear from you. Please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video, and please let me know what you think of Outward if you've played it before. Also, let me know of other video games that you think are underappreciated that you want me to do a video review of.
Well everyone, this has been Outward. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy our content and want to contribute to the production of more videos like these, please consider going to our Patreon or Subscribestar and signing up there. Your contributions really help, and to be honest, we're kind of running out of food in the fridge, and Big Ben needs to be fed. Well, that's all I have for you today, guys. Thank you for watching, and remember, till next time, the Ben is mightier than the sword.